personal, discuss about the four stages or the four quadrant of the attention management for the betterment of our productivity in order to have a greater impact or most significant impact for our business or our life itself. In this video, first and foremost number one quadrant is reactive and destructive. Most of the time we are always on a superficial mode, we are not so focused, not so concentrated, and even lot of students or the knowledge worker who try to learn something new or who try to learn a new skill or anything which is requires our effortful focus and concentration, then we are unable to attentive or for the prolonged prolonged time or the more than 1 hour or the 2 hour focused or the deep work, because our ability to focus, our ability to attention on the specific activity is become so less and lesser and lesser. Even the study has shown that today's average attention span is just 8 seconds, and this is the reason that we are scrolling every time uh, whenever we scroll down our social media or anything which is on the screen. The same thing happen with our work always. Whenever we work on desktop, we just get reactive and get distracted from of the social news or the message notifications or the app notifications or the email notifications or the communication information is coming in the way, and that's the reason we are not focusing, we are not concentrating on the reading, learning, or even in the thoughtful activity where our most skill, knowledge, and creativity is required. And because we are on a superficial level, we are we are working in a divided attention manner. And the second example is multitasking. We think that multitasking is a sign of badge of honor or the status, but not. It is multitasking costing us with our attention, ability to focus, and our productivity and output itself. And there is a typical state or the work culture or the kind of the what we can see that it is a state of the work where we uh, we facing with the lot of pressure from the deadlines, lot of pressure from our superior, or any kind of uh, result which is not delivered by our effort. And this is the typical state where we are always reactive and we are always distracted. And the second state is flow. What exactly means that? It is a psychological state of our brain. It is not a stage, but actually it is our state of brain where we can almost we eliminate the sense of self, where we are not even aware of how time goes on. And this most of the time this happens for the people like artists or the painters, actors, singers, sports person. But it is possible that for our day-to-day human, day-to-day normal people, yes, definitely. And this will be even you imagine or you remember some kind of activity or work. You are so immersed in a manner that you feel sense of what can I say, that you feel sense of eliminations, where you disengage, you are fully focused, laser focused, and fully absorbed in that activity. And this happens only when that is we are good at doing what we are doing, or we can say that we are trained to do so. Because if you remember the example of the jokers or the working in the circus, they are so in a flow manner, they always try to be in a flow state, because they are trained for that, they are doing good at. But we are not, if you are not so good at, or you are not so high level of the focus, then we can comprehend that thing, or we can embrace, or we can harness flow state by observing our other activities when we are doing our hobbies and other things also. And the number three is daydreaming. Actually, what is the daydreaming? It is a wandering mind, wandering. And in today's time, in the fast paces time where we are always bombarded and we always overworked, or we can say that overloaded with the work, we tired, we get exhausted, and we are sometimes, a lot of people are burnout, and they lose the daydreaming time, wandering time. Because imagine whenever we, this is the time where I can say that it is the in between time where our mind, our body, or we can say that our brain is not at all in a doing any kind of activity. For example, we are in a showering. When we are shower, we have to nothing to do with our any critical thinking or doing effortful work. This is the kind of mind wandering, and this kind of time is required in this time, because whenever our mind is get wandered, whenever we daydreaming, it means that we are in a mode, our brain in a mode of restoration manner, where it can get reshuffled, it can get the recharge mode, or it get energized for the critical thinking, and we can get our most ideas, or the solutions which we are looking for the longer time, and suddenly pop in our mind during this daydreaming time. Or whenever we stand up in a queue or in a line, we stand up in the waiting for the lift, or the we are waiting for the traffic signal, and those are the moment we not daydreaming, but we always pick our so-called smartphone, and we even engage that time also. And but this is require deliberate requirement of daydreaming, so that we can get most creative ideas and everything at the same time. And the number four is focused and mindfulness. In this stage, what happens is that we are fully present. We are deliberately avoiding the distractions and interruptions coming in our way, and making an effort to maintain attention for an extended period of time. And this can be happen by practicing the mindfulness practice, like meditations, or centering our awareness to the present moment, or centering our mind, our body, and we sensing the body's activities, body's responses, we can reflected with the effortful manner. So that's how this is the four quadrant, where we can, if we plot these things for an extended period of time, by assigning the sign, which sign, what we are doing, what is the goal, what we are doing at that particular moment, what is the sign of distractions or the interruptions coming in our way, and what we behaving and what we are doing, with whether it is from habitual, or whether it is, or it is with conscious effort. And if we do for the 14 days, we can we can identify our most distracted things, and we can do with that, we can work with that by putting our time and effort to that. Because it requires some structure, it required practice of mapping down everything on a piece of paper, or in a particular digital tracker. Because unless and until we are not visualize, unless until we are not see, then we always working in a reactive manner, which is we are doing habitually from longer time, way before than our past experience or the past time also. Because we repeatedly do the same thing, we repeatedly think the same thing, we behave in the same manner, we choose the choice in the same manner, so we experience the same emotions. And so when the same emotions is experienced, we again link to same experience and emotions to the same thought process, and it repeatedly doing in the everything in a day-to-day basis. And if we not break this channel or this cycle, then how can we move in a new direction, what we are desired to, what we are doing for ourselves. So by focusing on this four quadrant, which time in which place, in which quadrant we are most of the time, we can get idea of where we have to not focus on for betterment of our life in a choiceful manner. So I hope you are enjoying the video, and what you have learned so far. Please let's share your perspective or your thought in the comment section, so that I can get to know, and I would love to help you to make you productive and eliminate the busyness, and focus more on the important things which is most matter to you for yourself and for your professional career growth also.